For those of you who have been following my journey, and for those who are new here, I want to share a piece of my story with you today. This isn't for sympathy, but for truth, for connection, and for anyone out there who feels like they're fighting a battle no one else can see. A few years ago, my life changed in an instant. I suffered a stroke. It wasn't something I saw coming, but it left me with lasting effects that I still manage every single day. Before the stroke, my life was a relentless cycle. I was working 12-hour shifts, constantly on my feet. I'd come home completely drained, with so little energy left for my children. I was just a shell of myself. To keep up with the physical demands of that job, to simply make it through each shift, I became heavily reliant on a pain clinic. I was just trying to numb the pain enough to function, to provide for my family. But my body was screaming at me. It was sending signals I chose to ignore for too long. Eventually, my body just said, enough. I had a major medical setback that forced me to stop and face a very hard reality. I was just surviving, day by day, caught in a cycle of pain and medication that was damaging my long-term health. It was a terrifying wake-up call. My doctor took one look at my situation and pulled me off work indefinitely. It was a difficult and scary moment, but it was also a turning point. In that moment, I made one of the hardest decisions of my life. I decided to drastically reduce my reliance on those medications. It was a grueling process, and I still manage pain every single day. But I chose to face it. I chose life, a real, present, and engaged life, over just getting through the day in a fog. Living with chronic pain is an invisible battle. It's something I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. If you're out there and you live with it too, I just want you to know that I see you. I understand the strength it takes just to get out of bed some mornings. So where am I now? Today I live in income-based housing. The only income I am actively building comes from my online business. It's a slow and challenging process, but it's mine. I've also applied for disability, and like so many others in this country, I'm now in a state of waiting. I wait for answers from the system. I wait for some form of stability. I wait, but let me be very clear about one thing. While I wait, I do not give up. I wake up every single day grateful for what I have. I am grateful that I can move, that I can think clearly, that I can hug my children, and that I have the strength to fight forward. My grandmother had a saying that has become my mantra. She always said, "Giving up is the first step to the end." Those words echo in my mind, especially on the hard days. This past Christmas was incredibly tough. It was a stark reminder of my financial reality. The only gifts my children received came from the generosity of others, from donations. It is a humbling experience to rely on the kindness of strangers to bring a little bit of joy to your kids on Christmas morning. I am endlessly grateful for that help, but it also fuels my fire to create a different future for us. Around that same time, I learned something that truly touched my heart and solidified why I'm so passionate about the path I am on. The company I've partnered with, the one I worked so hard to build my business with, has a charitable foundation. It's a foundation dedicated to helping women and families in need, people in situations just like mine. I actually work with two amazing companies that create this opportunity, IntelliTravel and PlanNet Marketing. Together, they create powerful pathways for people to build something for themselves. But today, I want to shine a spotlight on PlanNet Cares. PlanNet Cares is the heart and soul of the company. This foundation provides direct support to homeless women and children who are living in shelters. They step in during some of the most critical and vulnerable moments of a family's life. The donations they collect provide essential items like food, clothing, hygiene products, and school supplies. These aren't just things. They are tools that help restore dignity, hope, and a sense of normalcy. This discovery meant the world to me. It showed me that this company doesn't just support the families of its business partners. It actively supports families in the wider community who are simply trying to survive. It showed me that the leadership has a genuine commitment to giving back. I am so deeply grateful to the founder, Mr. Donald Bradley, and his wife for creating something so much bigger than just a business. They've built an opportunity that gives people like me a real, legitimate chance to rebuild our lives from the ground up. And on top of that, they've built a foundation that helps others do the same. For years, my children and I have been supported by government programs and charitable organizations. I am thankful for every single hand that helped us through our darkest times. I'm not ashamed of that. We all need help sometimes. I may be struggling today. My journey is far from over. But this is not the end of my story. This is the messy, complicated, and hopeful middle. I am doing everything in my power to build a future for my family in an industry that many people still don't understand. And frankly, many don't trust, but I believe in it. I've seen what it can do. More importantly, I believe in people. And I believe with every fiber of my being in the power of helping others, no matter where you stand in your own life. I will never, ever give up. And I will always find a way to pay forward the kindness that has been shown to me. Thank you for listening to my story. Thank you for being a part of this community. If you found any part of this inspiring, please like, share, and subscribe. Your support means more than you know.